This is the Conscious Hour, and now we're going to look at a U.S. drone, surveillance drone that flew over Iran, and they can't figure out where it went. Hmm. I wonder if that means that Iran's got technology that the U.S. isn't even considering. That's a dangerous statement, but let's watch this one.
Uncover the high stakes drama unfolding in the Persian Gulf as US surveillance drones fly over Iranian waters. Reports are emerging that a US Navy MQ 4C Triton, one of America's most advanced high altitude surveillance drones, transmitted an emergency signal and then disappeared from radar south of Iran. The chatter that has been circulating is that a U.S. unmanned aircraft lost contact during a mission skirting Iranian airspace, and that what should have been a routine intelligence run turned into a question. Did it drift? Did it get forced down? Did it get deceived? Or did it get taken? If we're serious,
We're going to turn over and hang on 1 second, and I'm going to bring in something else. This is Larry Johnson and Nima, and Larry Johnson's ex-CIA. Let's listen to see what he says is going on, because I think there's something, but I'll let the experts do it, because it's what we do here is we analyze things and we hit the nail on the head most of the time. But this one, I'll let them explain. This is good. Listen closely. With what General Petraeus said about the ongoing conflict between. Now we're talking about an ego. Here he comes. Listen to what he says.
Have to expect that if they do not truly come to the table and truly make serious concessions, that they're going to see how defenseless they are against attack from the air. Keeping in mind that the Israelis, using U.S. provided F 35 stealth fighter bombers, took out the supposedly sophisticated Russian S 300 air ballistic missile defense system that Iran had, provided again by Russia, and then other air defense batteries and systems that they had. So, again, if you fly above, say, certainly 12,000, maybe a bit higher, again, Iran really can't touch them.
Yeah. FAFO, FAFO. Fuck around, find out.
I love you.
The only thing I wish is that Petraeus had his butt sitting in one of the cockpits of those planes as they, quote, fly into Iran. Because, one of the big lies about the June 13th attack and the disablement of some of Iran's air defense systems last June, they were not done by aircraft that flew into Iran. It was done by sabotage groups on the ground. So there really is, we've not seen any credible evidence that Israeli aircraft actually penetrated and flew ahead air supremacy inside Iran.
And they don't. And so let's get into the technical analysis by the Conscious Hour. What do we do here? We analyze everything, and I watch, my God, 12 hours a day. Everything that's going around the world. This is what the Conscious Hour is about. Hang on 1 second. So the U.S. believes that they're superior. You saw the face of David Petraeus. They're going to get. This is where ego and superiority and arrogance are shown. How is it that David Petraeus doesn't understand the buildup of technology that Russia, that China, that Iran has developed since more than a year ago? They have hypersonic missiles. He probably doesn't know they go to from Mach 12 to Mach 16. They have an entire grid in space by China that can basically make things disappear. In other words, once you fly into this zone, you don't exist. And yet, these military commanders, these buckheads, buckhead, musclehead. Oh, there's somebody in the musclehead. What department was that? Department of Defense. No, that's dead. Didn't you hear? Oh, it's the Department of War. Oh, that's right, musclehead. Yeah, we're going to strike them hard. We got our Navy. We got our Air Force. We got our land troops. We're ready. We're going to take out this terrorist organization called USA. It's definitely not Iran. Iran has never attacked another nation ever until they get pissed off, and they struck Israel more than a year ago. Well, not quite a year ago. And it was a wake up call. It was a wake up call. It shook Netanyahu and senior staffers in that country into their bunkers, and they were going, "Oh my God, we underestimated this one." Well, you have no clue what's coming. If this is what the United States government top brass, David Petraeus, shouldn't have had him on. Maybe he just got up from having a hangover, um, opened his mouth. No, they will be able to take out anything that flies over that zone. They will disappear off that zone. They will lose contact. Everything will be blocked. In other words, those targets flying above there are going to be shot down, disintegrated with maybe lasers. Who knows what they have? But there's technologies out there that are so far superior to our old archaic thing. Oh, I shouldn't say that because then Pete Hegseth has, we need another 100 billion. We've got to build a better defense system. We got to get prepared for the next war. If we can't win this one, then we're gonna. Oh shit! Do me a favor. How about peace? How about we just all get together? How about if we take our heads out of our arses and stop pretending that we can rule the world, take our ships, send them back home, and who's going to come threaten us? Iran's not going to. They're going to defend themselves, and they're going to seriously defend themselves. You open that can of worm, goodbye, Israel. Goodbye, all bases around the region. Done. Toast. Finished. I'm not going to beat around the bush, folks. When they can shoot a missile that travels between Mach 12 and Mach 16, you're talking less than a minute. You're talking less than a minute to hit Israel. And you don't think they've got hundreds of thousands of regular missiles? Yes. And how many tens of thousands of the new hypersonic ones? How many does it take to disintegrate a little city? Oh, pardon me, it's a country. The size of New Jersey is Israel. How many missiles would it take to destroy Israel? Do the math. What are these guys in the Pentagon doing? Or are they just all shut down because Pete Hegseth's in control and we got might? Look at the muscles I have. Man, we're going to kick their butts. Anyways, enough of the sick humor. This is the Conscious Hour, folks. Tune in, turn on, share this message, share it to your congressional representatives. Maybe they can watch it. I'm just joking. They won't watch it, but somebody needs to call the head guys there and say, hey, you guys are barking up the wrong tree, but don't do that. Just leave it alone. Let the chips fall where they may. This is the Conscious Hour. Thanks for tuning in, and do yourself a favor. Share this. Share it widely so people understand when it does come, they aren't surprised. They can go, hey, the Conscious Hour brought this information to us, and they were spot on. And also tune in to The Dialogue Works with Nima, Larry Johnson. He goes to many different shows. Judge Napolitano. There's lots of shows out there. They show up on, these ex-CIA people, and they tell you the truth. And they sit back and laugh because they know where arrogance is. They know what intelligence is versus brawn and bright, and we got the might and we got the muscle head. Thanks for tuning in to the Conscious Hour. It's time to wake up, folks.